Welcome to Dr. P.C. Verma Economist YouTube economics class. In this class today we will discuss reverse brain drain to India. Brain drain from India in the past by opening IIT by our first Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and helped by US President at that time, that in India there should be Talent Hunting Institute, IIT, and out of 4 students, IIT engineer, 3 brain drain to the USA. Out of 4 IITian or students passed out from MBA of medicine, there is a craze to work in the US. That was termed as brain drain from India, because students having high level of knowledge, technology, medicine, management, but their salary is less here and salary in US is very high. So large number of Indian brain shifted to US. This was a term coined at that time as brain drain from India to USA. And this worked from 1950s to 2025, the long years. But today, what I'm telling you, that United States of America, resultant loss of Indian talent will trigger a reverse brain drain to India. We all know about what happening there in case of H-1B visa. This is explained here that Trump's latest H-1B visa is coined as a bomb after his tariff, coined as missiles, has brought some hope. A springs eternal was out of the woodwork, proclaiming that the US resultant loss of Indian talent will trigger a reverse brain drain to India. At first glance, that seems logical enough. In their article, Atma Agarwal, Americans' loss can be India's gain. Economic Times, September 22. Former Infosys CFO D.V. Mohandas Pai and Nisa Holla argue that India's role in the IT service industry would be reduced by the US clamp down, but could actually deepen with nearly 4,20,000 Indian students in the US. Restrictions on work, visa, and career pathways should in theory redirect the loss, redirect the best minds home. But the US loss is unlikely to be India's gain. Instead, beneficiaries will be Canada, Australia, Singapore, Europe, and West Asian countries, which have built infrastructure and policy frameworks to welcome global talent. The British government is reportedly exploring proposal to do away with some visa fee to attract top global talent, the world's best scientists, academicians, and digital experts. Unlike Chinese students funded by the state, Indian students are self-funded, investing over 1 crore of family money or loan. The calculation is clear. A US salary offer a strong ROI returning to India. Upset this equation. A falling rupee makes even a $120,000 salary in California look attractive. The same skills in India yield higher stress, slower growth, weaker safety net, and poorer quality of life. Chinese students are encouraged to experiment, but Indians, risk averse by necessity, find reverse migration economically irrational. India's work culture is also deterrent. Corporates are marked by arcane hierarchies, micromanagement, mediocrity, and a 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week in office work culture dogma. KPIs show bias towards obedience and incrementalism. There is no focus on innovation and new product development unless risk-taking is rewarded. Hierarchies flattened and failure encouraged, as in San Francisco, Tel Aviv, or Helsinki. Disruptive innovation will be elusive in India. Add to this skepticism towards foreign educated jobless returnees, along with growing domestic unemployment. Quality of life compounds the challenge. Add divisive politics, short-term populism, and retrogressive research dressed up a national duty, and the misalignment between individual ambition and the national trajectory becomes clear. Brain power thrives where systems enable it. India's system will largely suffocate it. India boasts 1,140 plus universities and 45,500 plus colleges, producing over 10 million graduates annually. But quality, sign of interrogation. Global ranking elude Indian institutes due to poor output standard in R&D. Last year, 7,50,000 plus students went abroad, taking $10 $10 billion with them. Policymakers should have built competitiveness, but preferred regulatory control and chronism, resulting in this poor state. Here is what what other countries did. Number one, China faced a similar exodus 3 decades ago. Beijing's committed over $250 billion annually to higher education. Today, Chinese universities feature in the global ratings, and its R&D ecosystems fuels leadership in AI, semiconductor, and biotech. Number two, Singapore created a cosmopolitan hub with a strong IP protections, world-class universities, and predictable policies. Number three, Israel. Israel turned scarcity into abundance through heavy investment in research, entrepreneurship, and commercialization initiatives. These nations aligned institutions, incentives, and mindset. India either lacked foresight or political will. Its efforts remain fragmented. Incubation centers at IITs, scattered corporate initiatives, and NASCOM awards. Each is valued, each is valuable, but insufficient without an overarching vision and execution. The hard truth, India's brightest once exposed to global systems, return to find little space to apply those lessons. Academic systems remain exam-driven, labor arbitrage, and services, not product innovation, dominate India's insurance companies. Political policymakers remain reactive, change electoral cycles rather than long-term vision. Those who do return often compromised, settling for lower quality work or struggling as isolated entrepreneurs battling system inertia. Meanwhile, Canada, Australia, Germany, and the UAE are opening their doors wider. Post-study work visa, golden visa, fast track permanent residency, and progressive talent policies make them natural magnets for talent blocked by US immigration. Rationally, students will choose these destinations over India. India can course correct, maybe in a decade. Silicon Valley teaches risk and capital. China shows the power of patience, state investment, and Israel proves the scarcity can spark ingenuity. For India, three reforms are non-negotiable: rebuilding universities into a global contenders, rewriting work culture to reward risk over obedience, reimagining policy with long-term vision beyond politics. Without these, Indian talent will flee to everywhere but home. Without these, Indian talent will flee to everywhere but home. These are the research work of Mr. M. Munir, co-founder, Medici Institute for Innovation. And his views are explained by Dr. P.C. Verma, M.A. Gold Medalist, PhD, Head and Professor of Economics, Patna College, Patna University, Bihar, India, in a simple way for the students of India. First of all, Donald Trump's latest H1B is bomb after his tariff missiles has brought some hope. Springs eternal walas out of the woodwork. Eternal walas. Out of the woodwork. Woodwork proclaiming proclaiming that the that the US resultant loss of Indian talent will trigger will trigger a reverse brain drain, brain drain, brain drain to India. At first, at first glance, that seems logical enough. In their article, Former Infosys, Infosys CEO T. V. Mohandas, TV, Mohandas Pai, and Nisa Hola argue that India's India's role in the IT service, IT services industry industry would not industry would not be reduced reduced by by the US US clamp US clamp down, but but could actually deepen, but actually deepen with with nearly 4,20,000 Indians, Indian Indian students in the US, in the US. Restrictions on work. Restricts restrictions on work. Visa and career pathway. Career pathway. Pathway. Should in theory redirect the best minds home. But the US loss, but the US loss is is unlikely to be India's gain. Instead, instead, beneficiaries, benefi, beneficiaries will be Canada, Australia, Singapore, Singapore, Europe, and West Asian countries, and West Asian West Asian countries, which have which have built infrastructure, infrastructure and policy framework, policy policy frameworks to welcome global talent. Global talent. The British government the British government the British government is reportedly is repo- reportedly exploring exploring proposals to do away with some visa fees to attract top global talent. The world best scientist, academician, academics, academics, and digital experts. So what we find out, the British government is reportedly exploring proposals to do away with some visa fees to attract top global talent, the world's best scientist, academician, and the digital expert. So there is doubt reverse brain drain. So there is doubt, the reverse brain drain. So reverse brain drain may be back to India or or shift to Canada, Australia, Singapore, Europe. There is doubt, so there is doubt. Reverse. So there is a doubt. Reverse brain drain. Maybe back to India or shift to Canada, Australia, Singapore, Europe, and West Asian countries. We will discuss this issue in next class, that brain drain, if it may happen, then there is a doubt, there is doubt, reverse brain drain, maybe back to India, or shift to Canada, Australia, Singapore, Europe, and West Asian countries. So what at present government of India at the center and at the state level should create attractions to these reverse brain drain. Reverse brain drain. This we will discuss in next class.